decide how I'm going to do this time. I'll tell you to guess the city that I was born in. I have to guess the first letter of the city I was born in. Hello, 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 hello. Is my sound up? Hello, 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 hello. I don't want to be screaming into this thing again. Hey, Miss Chrissy. I'm so glad you're here, but I'm really sorry. Today has been really bad for me because you had one and I saw your skincare one. And I really like the whole concept that you're going for there. I think that's fabulous. Hey, NM. Also, I think Weezy had a collab that went up and I missed that. And Kamira Jules' daughter was showing her artwork and I missed that. Oh, good, good. I'm glad you can hear me. Hey, Sheila, welcome. Hey, Roni, how are you doing? Yeah, Miss Chrissy, I love the idea of what you're doing with your new show. And is it going to be like every Sunday at a certain time? Is it going to be every Sunday at 2 o'clock or something like that? Because I don't want to miss it. And today was just bad. Yeah, that's true. But I'm trying to support y'all because y'all support me. And honest to goodness, it's hard sometimes. Hey, Roni, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you're well. Because sometimes I'll just let people's stuff roll in the background. I think I told you guys that once before. I'll just let your stuff roll in the background. Oh, good. Every Sunday at 3. Okay. 3 is perfect. Yeah, because I'm usually busy on Sunday till 1, maybe 2. But 3 should be perfect. That's great. I just really like the idea. I think it's really cool. And it's something that people can expect every week. Now, the rest of you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Welcome, first of all. And second of all, Miss Chrissy is, she's a wig reviewer, but she also does skincare. And she's going to be doing a weekly skincare video on Sundays, which is really cool because she used to do skincare a lot before. And now she's going to do more of that. So I think that's really cool because, I love the consistency of knowing that, you know, you can plan for stuff like that. If you know what somebody's doing, you can plan it. You're running a lot of playlists today. Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. I got Kamira's on my phone. I'm her daughter. I'm trying to run that one. And I'm running, I'm going to run Weezy's too. Oh, thanks. Hey, is it Leilani? Leilani? Is it Leilani? Leilani? How are you doing? Yeah, today I'm not feeling so great. I mean, I threw on this Valentino wig and it's tight for some reason. I think my head's getting fat because this wig keeps rolling back on my head, and I never had that problem with it before. Yeah. Subscribe to Miss Chrissy. Yeah, she's gonna have that up every Sunday. I think that's the coolest thing. Yeah, like I said, I love it when people have something that they know you're gonna be able to count on every time. Now, I did try to do that with some other stuff. Like I had okay, thank you. Yeah, I had a half wig Wednesday. I think I only did 2. I had a throwback Thursday, and I think I only did 2. I run channels in my background also to support a lot of you women. That is so wonderful. Yeah, that's great because it helps. For me personally, it helps more because I'm not monetized yet. I don't know. I don't think Miss Chrissy is either, but I know that Kamira Jules just got monetized, and of course, Weezy is because she's got 6,000 followers and all. You can only do it. Yeah, that's true. It's true. It's true, Chrissy. But I like to be there. You know, if I can, I like to be there. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad everybody showed up because you guys know that today we're going to discuss several things. But today we're having our giveaway. I don't have a giveaway every week, but I have a giveaway this week. Hey, love yourself. And hopefully this is going to be easy for you guys. I'm not going to do it right now, but one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is, I think I had mentioned to you guys that I wanted to talk about lace part wigs. This is a lace part wig. Last week was a busy week for me at work too. Yeah. It's just hard not to be busy, Miss Chrissy. So this is a lace part wig, and as you can see, there's lace, there's a part in the middle, and then there's a little bit of lace in the front, right? So with a lace part wig, most of the time, not all the time, you'll get lace in the front. Like this one's lace part and there's no lace in the front at all. This one's just got the lace part and there's no lace in the front. So what I'm about to show you is not going to work if you have a wig that just has a lace part and no lace in the front. This one has lace in the front. And even though it's teeny weeny, it's like a teeny weeny amount, maybe it's a 1/4 of an inch. I don't even know if it's that. It might be a 1/4 of an inch of lace in the front. Sometimes people feel like, okay, I got this lace part wig. I can't do anything with it but put some baby hairs on it and I'm done. Sort of like this one. With this one I have on this Valentino, there's no lace in the front, like I said. So you're working with the part and you can pull hairs out of it to make baby hairs, but that's pretty much all you got. So if you get a lace part with a lace in the front, you can do something with it to make it look better. And, you know, along at least the first couple of inches. And that's really all you're concerned about, really. You're really just concerned about like right here to here in terms of the part. How far it goes over here and how far it goes over here depends on how the hair is, whether it falls in your face or whatever. So anyway, with this one, and I think I showed you guys this once on one of my videos, but with this one, what you can do is you can pluck out the first line or two of hair. Even though they've only given you like a 1/4 of an inch of room, you still have enough room. Hey, Kamira, I was just talking about you. I'm running your daughter's video about her artwork. Oh, and you guys, Kamira's daughter is very talented. She's drawing Japanese cartoon characters, and she's really good at it. So you guys should go check her out or have your kids check her out. So anyway, this, you can still take out a line or two of hair off of this. You can still take off a line or two of hair. And what that's going to help you to do is to make the lace part wig look more natural. Again, you're pretty much stuck with the one like this with no thing in the front. Of course. Yeah, Kamira, of course, I'm going to support you. You're always supporting everybody, and that's a good thing. And plus your daughter's very talented. So yeah, so you can take out the first line of hair that's on here with your tweezers. Just pull it out with your tweezers. And that way it'll make it look better. Because if you see right here, you can see on the outside, you can see that little bit of, see how black that is? You can tell, well, I don't know if you can see, but see how black that is? That's like really black. And you still have an inch, a 1/4 of an inch to work with. So if you can just take out the first line or two of that black, those black knots, your lace part wig is going to look way better. So I just want to share that with you guys because that's something that I thought about. And I'm like, you know what? I am going to start doing that with all of my lace part wigs that have lace in the front because I can make them look like a regular lace front wig if I at least take the time to take those out. Now, there was a woman that I was watching. I think her name was Elise Fly or something like that. And she did it. And when I saw her do it, I thought, I hadn't thought about that. But yeah, I can do that. So that's what I did. Yeah. It makes them look a lot better. And especially, you know, most lace front wigs that are lace parts don't cost a lot of money. You might as well get the most out of them. Get the biggest bang for your buck. Okay, Kamira, I watched this. So now I'm going over to, I saw no, did I watch all of Miss Chrissy's? Oh, let me go watch all of Miss Chrissy's. I'm going to go watch all of yours, Miss Chrissy. I'm going to run yours right now. Yeah, I'm going to run yours right now. Oh, here we go. I like your new open, too. That's cute. That's cute. There she goes. Look, there's Miss Chrissy. So I'm going to run that while I'm talking to you guys. Hey, Melinda. How you doing? Thanks for coming. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to share with you guys about the The lace part. Yeah, okay. And if you guys have to jump in and out, that's fine. You know how the deal is. But yes, so another thing I wanted to talk about besides talking about this lace part is today on Instagram, and I don't know if you guys are on Instagram, but today on Instagram, yeah, that's it. That's nice. I like that opener, Miss Chrissy. Your skinny Sundays opener. I like that. That's cute. So if you guys, I don't know if you guys are on Instagram, but today on Instagram, I put up the lyrics to a song, and I didn't sing it, and I didn't put the music up, you guys, just so you know. I put up the lyrics to a song that has a lot of meaning for me, and I think it has a lot of meaning for a lot of people, and it's actually a song from 1978. It's a Rufus and Shaka Khan song, and it's called Best of Your Love. And I put the words up on Instagram because it really talks about how women, and I guess because she's singing, and I'm assuming it's for women, but it's probably for guys too. But in the song, she talks about how we really need to not let people take things from us, especially our love, our heart. And in the song, she talks about how we have to really be careful to not let people take our heart. Yeah, this is Valentino and FF Cream. Yeah, I put it down. I'll be putting it down the bottom. So I know that, you know, a lot of women, especially younger women who aren't married or who have boyfriends or maybe quasi-boyfriends. I call them quasi-boyfriends because the quasi-boyfriend is the boyfriend who's not really there for you. I mean, he's there for certain things, but he's not always there when you need him to be there. He's not really supporting that real person. And in the Instagram today that I put up the words to the song, and I don't have any nails on because I messed up my nail, and I don't know. Anyway, so I put the words up to the song, and I'm going to read them to you. I guess I can read lyrics. Is that okay? Kamira Jules, am I allowed to read lyrics? If I'm not allowed to read them, I won't read them. But if I'm allowed to read them, I'll tell you what, I'll just read parts of them. Is that okay? Is it okay for me to read parts of the lyrics? Y'all have to tell me. Anyway, I'm not going to do it till y'all tell me. Is it okay for me to read parts of these lyrics? Okay, all right. So these are the lyrics to the song. I took some of them out because, you know, with songs, they have hooks, and you don't want to keep repeating the hook when you're writing it out. So anyway, this is the lyrics to the song. She says, "Don't let them get the best of your heart. Leave the rest up to love, and you'll be taken care of." And I really like that because she's telling us, you know, don't let people take the best of you. And then she goes on to say, many came to try to tear away your heart, never caring for you from the very start. Still, you wonder if this time could be real, trying to figure out if they came just to steal. And so that's the hard part. You know, you're always trying to figure out, is he like for real? You know, am I going to have a serious relationship with this guy? Or is he just for? So then she goes on to say, time and time again, you've listened to a smile, never knowing what's behind it all the while. Psh, that's true. And this was the biggest part for me, where she says, you give yourself away until love is gone and don't consider that it might be doing harm. That to me is one of the biggest mistakes that I think we make as women in relationships, is that we keep giving and giving and giving and giving and hoping that we're eventually going to get back. And that doesn't always work. Most of the time it doesn't work. So she's really helping us to appreciate that, you know, you can't keep giving and giving and giving and expect to get if you're not getting the first time. It should be a reciprocal situation. So anyway, she says, you let him wipe away that little tear trying to hold back what you really feel. And here's a big deal. She says, always look inside the people that you're with and never hang around those who cannot give. So I think that's really important. Never hang around those that cannot give. And there are a lot of people that we hang around that are just hangers on. You know, they're there for whatever they can get out of you, but they're not really there to help you out. You know, they're not there to support you. And you can give yourself away to a lot of people and never get any reciprocation. Which, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I know that you're supposed to do things for people and not expect things back. But when it comes to a relationship, I mean, my goodness, you should expect something. You can't just go into it and give and never get anything, because that should be a red flag right there. Okay, I'm doing these things, but what am I getting? I mean, am I getting what I really need? Now let me just back up, because there are some people who will jump into a relationship with the guy for what we used to call back in the day maintenance. So if she's with him because he's a maintenance man, then she's not invested either. So if she's not invested and he's not invested, I guess that works for them. I guess that's working for them. Because if she's not invested and he's not invested, then I guess, it's maintenance on both sides for that matter. But if you get into a relationship with a guy and he's thinking it's maintenance and you're thinking it's a relationship, the two are not meeting each other. It doesn't work. So yeah, if you're going into a relationship, for instance, one example is if a guy tells you in the beginning, well, I'm not interested in a relationship. I'm just, maybe he says some stuff like, I'm just getting over somebody and I'm really just looking for a friend. A friend. His friend means maintenance. That's what he means when he says he's looking for a friend. He's looking for maintenance. Okay. So you have to really, really, really be careful with that. Yeah. You got to be careful with that. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Love yourself. Communication is the key. But I was just thinking about that today when I put that song up, because it really made me think, because I hadn't heard that song since I was like 20. I think it came out. I think I was 20 when it came out. And I don't know. I think maybe it's just me, but in the 70s and 60s, we were pretty introspective people. We did a lot of inner thinking, as well as, thinking about, the common man in general, because in the 60s and 70s, the mindset was a little bit different in terms of people and how things should be. And I'm not saying everybody in the 60s and 70s was like that, but a lot of people who were looking for change, similar to a lot of people looking for today, we did a lot of inner thinking, introspection, and trying to make sure that we didn't give ourselves away for nothing was one of the things that we spent a lot of time thinking about. Because of the fact that life is short, in this system of things anyway, life is short, and you just can't afford to just give it up, because then when you look back on those years, it's like, oh my gosh, I could have done X, Y, Z instead of wasting my time doing this. Or I could have, been moving on to something that was really out there for me than focusing on, this bum. Whatever. So anyway, like I said, I just kind of wanted to bring that up briefly because it was on my mind, and I put those lyrics up this morning, and I listened to the song a couple of times this morning because, like I said, I hadn't heard it in a long, long time, and it just made me think that people are in need of a lot of things today. People are in need of basic things today. People need money, but they need love more than they need money. People need, they need the basics in life. It's true. Yes, exactly. Love yourself. Yep. And whatever your spirituality is, you need to be in touch with that and stay in touch with it. Because if you don't, because that's like your higher, that's your ability to focus on what's more important than the day-to-day. That's what you're focused on when you think about love and what it actually means. So, yeah. So, that's kind of why I wanted to bring that up, because it's like at the end of the day, people need people. At the end of the day, people need people. And all of this, racist stuff and prejudicial this, that, and the other, it's such a waste of energy. It's a waste of energy. It really is a waste of energy, because there could be so many things we could be doing. If you could imagine just what was it? What was it? Oh, I know. I put this up on Instagram once. It was something that I got out of the Bible. Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. Real simple concept. But if you think about just that concept, whether you're a religious person or not, if you think about just the concept of loving someone the way you love yourself, can you imagine how different this world would be if every single person in this world said, I'm going to love my neighbor like I love myself? Meaning I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm not going to rip myself off. I'm not going to use myself. I'm not going to do anything to damage myself. So if I'm not going to do that to me, then I decided that I'm not going to do it to anybody else. And if that happened, I mean, can you imagine how different things would be if people actually just did that one thing, that one simple thing? Anyway, we'll get me off my soapbox. Anywho, oh, you know what I was going to tell you guys? I started making masks. See, look, this one has the Eiffel Tower on it. This one has the Eiffel Tower on it. I made this today, and it has a little pipe cleaner in the top for your nose, shape your nose. And then it has little, these are like headbands that I got from the grocery store, little headbands. And then it has a space in here to put a filter inside. So you can stick a filter in here. And yeah, and then, it's just got these little headband things on, or these are like ponytail thingies or whatever. So anyway, I made this for myself today. And it fits really cool. I like it. So I made one about France because my husband and I went to France in 2012 and we love France. So I made this one for myself, and then I made one for him. I don't know what I did with his, but I've been just sewing them up like crazy. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes to make. So I decided to do this, but unlike Just the Dragoness, I'm not selling mine right now. Oh, love yourself at a birthday. Please wish love yourself happy birthday. Oh, love yourself. How old are you? Did you say you were 27? Oh, no, somebody's been married for 27 years. Oh, Leilani, you said you were married for 27 years and you still feel loved and appreciated. Well, girl, you got it going on if that's the case. You got it going on. Hey, Nanette, how you doing? Yeah, they're fun to make. They're real easy. Real easy. So love yourself. What you going to do today? You shouldn't be sitting on here with us. Excuse me. Oh, you. Yeah. Oh, nothing. Okay. Well, I guess that's something. Nothing is something because sometimes you just don't feel like doing anything. What do you guys want to talk about today? Because I've already talked to you about the lace front wig thing. And we already talked about the fact that I'm making these. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you guys. Not only am I making masks, and granted, I am not necessarily selling masks, but I am making some things, and I'm going to show you a preview of what I'm making. Let me see if I can grab it. Oh, hold on. Okay, here we go. You ready? Now, don't laugh because this ain't quite ready yet. Hey, New York City. Okay, see, look. I am making a wig and a hat. This is my first attempt to make a wig and a hat. So I'm making a wig and a hat. And this particular one I made first, it's real thin because I didn't put a lot of hair in it. But I just kind of wanted to see what it would look like to make a wig and a hat. So this one just has, I think there's like 3 rows of hair in this hat. I think I'm probably going to put 4 rows in it because it's still too thin to me. But yeah, it's a wig and a hat. And the way it's sewn on the inside, because of the fact that this has this hole in the back, now I started making one also. I used synthetic hair for a sample. Yeah, that's what this is synthetic hair. So yeah, so because of this hole in the back, that kind of makes it hard because you have to sew the inside on the sides, and then you have to sew the kind of up in a, like a, whatever you call it. Yeah, that. I like the hat instead of the scarf. Yeah, so this was my first one. So I'm going to do another one with hair in it. More hair in it, rather, because I don't think this is enough hair. I think I want to put more hair in it. So I'm going to do one with more hair. That than that Zuri one track. Yeah, I haven't seen the Zuri one. Zuri one has one with hair in it, a hat with hair in it. I know that who has a hat? Oh, I know that Vivica Fox has a hat with braids in it. But yeah, so I'm also going. That's so awesome. I'm also going to make scarves with hair. This one has braids. This one has braids. So I'm going to put braids. I put braids in this scarf. And, well, I think I'm hanging them wrong. Yeah. So the braids are in this scarf. And the scarf ties up around your head with the braids in the back. I don't have it on right now, but yeah. But I'm going to do a video. If you use the cap that doesn't have a hole. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the cap that doesn't have a hole. That's going to be my next thing to do. The cap without the hole. So half of the, Sabrina says, so half of the hair on a cap, then sew it onto the hat. Oh, you're saying like a cap, like a wig cap? Sew it on the wig cap? Are you going to model them when you're done? Yes, I am, Roni. I'm going to do a video of them. I'm going to show you the ones that I'm making. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to stay with this kind of scarf, but I like cotton. I like the idea of cotton. And I put this on this because I had this, but I like the idea of cotton because it won't slip like the silky ones do, the silky ones. And I'm making these for me because I really want something I can throw on and go. But yeah, this one I made first. Oh, the wig cap. Okay, so this one I made first because I like the cotton. And I didn't want to make one with silk. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm making the caps and the thanks, Pink Diva. Are you sewing too, Pink Diva? Somebody said they were making them. Who was it? Was it Sabrina? Somebody said they were making them. Yeah, so I'm gonna try some different things. Are you making them? Okay. Are you gonna sell them? You're gonna be my competition. So yeah, I think I'm gonna sell them. You can put a silk cap on your head under the cotton scarf and still protect your head. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. So yeah, I'm experimenting right now with different types of material and different hats and stuff and different hair, things like that, just to see what works best, what I like best for me. You sold 20 already. Well, where's your website? I want to check you out so I can steal your idea. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, if you're selling them, that's awesome. That's awesome, Pink Diva. I want to know where they are. Tell everybody. Put your link in the thingamajigger. Put your link down there so people can see what you're can find them. Put your link in the thing so people can find them. Yeah, because since I've been sewing most of my life, I'm thinking, why am I not doing stuff with my sewing? Because I've been making all kinds of stuff. I've made clothes, I've made shirts, I've made suits for my husband, I've made baby clothes. I mean, just a bunch of stuff. Yeah, $25. Well, I want to see that. I want to see what you're making. So yeah, but yeah, I'm not sure I'm making caps. Because, no, Pink Diva says that she's selling caps with hair and scarves with hair. So I told her to put her link in there. I would buy the braided one. Yeah, I'm gonna do braids and hair. Sewing is a lost art. Yeah, that's true. Definitely great idea. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I don't know where I'm gonna sell them at yet. I haven't decided. You better get that patented. Well, I think people are already doing it. I know that Vivica Fox has a braided cap wig already. I don't know anybody. Oh, only moderators can drop links. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Pink Diva. Well, you'll have to tell me in my DM me and tell me where your link is. Oh yeah, she can put it in without the .com, I guess. Yeah, so we'll know where she is. So yeah, but just the Dragoness is making I can't even say it. She's making masks and she's making turbans and she's making all kinds of things. So I'm trying to figure out what's the best thing I want to make besides making these. I'm going to be just making some stuff and putting them up there. I can't sew for the life of me, but I've been learning to sew elastic bands on my units. I purchased a handheld sewing machine. Okay. All these talented people on YouTube. Yeah, I think people who are creative just have to have an outlet. I think you just have to have an outlet. And there's so many things that I like doing that I don't always have the time or the inclination to do everything I like doing. But I'm trying to get back to the sewing thing, because once I started making these masks for me and my husband and some other folks, I thought, you know what, just pull the machine out and see what else you can do. So I just started thinking about, when I saw, I think it was Wheezy reviewed that that scarf hair thing. No, it was Deanna Marguerite. She did it first, and then Wheezy did it, I think. Okay, Miss Chrissy. So yeah, Wheezy did a review on the scarf wig, and so did Gianna Marguerite. So you might want to go check both of them out. They did the one, that scarf wig, that's the silky one. I think it's made out of a nylon. Yeah. Oh yeah, 00. Yeah. Well, certain sizes, yeah, you really do need to learn how to sew. Yeah, bye, Miss Chrissy. Come back. Yeah, so so that's what I'm doing. I'm just messing around trying to figure out what I want to do. Whether I'm gonna do oh, you were 00 in high school? I have never been smaller than a 4. And I think I was a 4 for like 2 seconds. When I was like 19, I think I was a 4 for like 2 seconds. And then I jumped back up to an 8, and I've been like that. Oh, you can't gain weight? Girl, I wish I was like you, because I can't get it off sometime. Okay, Pink Diva, please type it in without the www. Where'd she go? Where'd Pink Diva go? Yeah, if she can type it in without the www, then we can put it in there. Right now, I'm having a problem with my stomach. I have never had stomach fat before because I used to work out so much. But since I'm not doing that, my stomach is like getting a little paunch, which I hate. So I had my husband buy me a bike, but he bought me a recumbent bike. But the recumbent bike is good for me because you guys know I had hip replacement surgery, and I'm not trying to kill myself just yet. So I'm using the recumbent bike first to try and get myself back into the framework of exercising. But once you start exercising, your body craves it. It really does. You have to be doing it for about 6 months at least, I think, before your body starts saying, oh, you got to get up and do this every day. And your body will tell you. You'll get up and you'll know you got to exercise. And you'll want to, which is the weird thing. Because I worked out for about 8 years, just like regularly, every day, well, not every day, about 4 or 5 times a week I was working out. And it took me about 6 months before I started wanting to do it all the time. And I did it for like 8 years. Yeah, the recumbent bike is good for my leg because of my hip replacement surgery. But yeah, that's kind of why I'm doing that. Oh, you guys, I told you guys I was going to do another Q&A to answer a bunch of questions that people have for me. And we can do a little bit of that today if you guys want to ask me some questions for me to answer, whether it's about my career or about wig reviewing or starting a blog. Oh, okay. Or I know we were going to talk about writing a book and how to get started doing that. I have a really good Twitter community that I am involved in for book writing. So yeah, if you're interested in that, we can talk about that. We can talk about wigs. We can talk about whatever. You're absolutely right. Once you start exercising, your body does crave it. Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm. And I didn't believe that before. I didn't believe that until I started working out. I mean, regularly. Then it was like every certain day that I was working out, my body was ready. It's like, get your butt up, put your shoes on, go. And I wanted to because my body felt like doing it. I had a lot of energy. And I'm talking about, I was 42. I was like 42. I think I worked out from 40. No, I think I was 39. I think I worked out from like 39 to 46. Then when I got married, I started working out. Which is another thing, ladies. Don't do that. Do not do that. Don't give up once you get married, please. Your husband is not going to be happy. Whatever it took to get him, you need to keep doing it to keep him. That's what they say. Whatever it took to get him, you got to keep doing it to keep him. Oh, okay. After you had your hysterectomy, huh? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yep. Yep. You got to keep doing it. Whatever you start doing with him, you got to keep doing it once you get married. Because you don't want him straying. It's true. You don't want him straying. Okay, ladies, what did you want to ask me? You have any questions to ask me? Because we're going to do the giveaway in a minute. But I want to give you guys a chance to ask some questions first. And then we will move into that. Oh, and Pink Diva, what happened to your link you were going to be giving us? So that we could drop it in here and people can go to your site. Did she drop off the face of the earth? Is she gone? I think she left. Are you guys still there? Because nobody's saying anything. Right, that's true. Yeah, she might have left. Okay. All right. That's fine. We are here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all a story. Before we do this giveaway, I'm going to tell y'all a story. I'm going to tell you guys how I had a big fight with Michael Jordan. You guys want to hear that story? How I had a big fight with Michael Jordan? Well, it wasn't really a big fight, but we had a disagreement, a meeting not of the minds. Yeah, it wasn't really a fight. It was a disagreement. Yeah. Hey, Melinda. Okay, so here we go. This was back in 2003. I remember specifically. It was 2003 because I think it was a Saturday. It was either a Friday night. Friday night, me and my girlfriend, who I used to work with in the media, she and I had asked her to go with me to see President Clinton. This is when we were living in DC. We were both in Maryland. So anyway, I asked her to go with me to this fundraising something or other to see President Clinton. And because I wanted to see President Clinton. Anyway, so she didn't want to go, but she went with me anyway. And we went to this fundraiser. And of course, we saw President Clinton, but he was like, far away from where we were. It was in a conference room, not a conference room, like a banquet room. It was in a banquet room. So it wasn't like it was really huge. And we went to see President Clinton. And I was glad because I had been wanting to go, blah, blah, blah. So then after that night, matter of fact, it was the same night, she said to me, okay, now that I'm gone to this boring thing with you, she didn't want to go, of course. Now that I've gone to this boring thing with you, you are going to go with me to my fundraiser tomorrow night. And I said, okay, I'll go. Even though you acted ugly at mine, I'll go with you to yours, because she didn't want to go see President Clinton, but whatever. So she had a fundraiser the next day, but her fundraiser, she was actually a part of it. I was just going to this one, but she was a part of the one that we went to. So, I didn't get dressed up or nothing. I put on a dress, because I felt like I should wear a dress. Back in those days, there were certain things where you felt like you should put a dress on. So I put a dress on and went to this fundraiser with her, because actually what it was they were raising money for a certain organization, and she was a doctor. So being a doctor, they were auctioning people off. They weren't necessarily auctioning things. They were auctioning people. Like to have maybe the auction item was you could have a consultation with this particular attorney or something like that. So that's kind of what they were doing. They auctioned off people. So she got auctioned off. And while we were there, we were sitting at this big, long table with just people, a bunch of people I don't know, right? So my back is to the window and I'm facing the area where the bar is and everything. And so as I'm looking across the table, somebody comes walking out in front, probably about 12 feet away. Somebody comes walking out and goes past the bar and goes that way. And I'm thinking, was that Michael Jordan? And I'm thinking, no, that couldn't have been Michael Jordan. I'm like, was that Michael Jordan? And so me and my nosy self, I get up from the table and I go around this way to see if I can catch him on the other side. Because, so let me give you the background. I was a huge basketball fan. I even had my own blog where I was called Big B-Ball Fan. And on my blog, every night I would watch every NBA game. And the next day I would put out a blog about it. And the guys were like loving it. I mean, there was guys going on in my blog every day, you know, checking up on what was going on the night before because I had NBA League Pass. And if you guys don't know what that is, NBA League Pass allows you to watch all the NBA games all over the country every night, as opposed to you only seeing the ones that are in your area. Hey, Miss V's. So anyway, that's the backstory. I had a blog and I was huge basketball fan. So then I get up and I go around the table so that I can see if I can catch this guy, thinking this must be him. So when I get around the table and I get out into the hallway, that's him. It's Michael Jordan. And he's standing there talking to some woman. I don't know who the woman was. It wasn't his wife because she was Caucasian at the time. Well, at the time, he wasn't married to a Caucasian woman. But he was talking to a Caucasian woman. And you have to understand the kind of person I was back then. I'm much nicer now, I have to tell you. I'm a much nicer person now than I used to be. But back in those days, I did not care who he was talking to. I was going to say what I had to say. So you can imagine what happened next. I see him standing there talking to this Caucasian woman. So I go right up to him and I'm like, I need to talk to you. No lie. That's exactly what I said. I said, I need to talk to you. And he looks at me like, don't you see I'm talking to somebody? Kind of look he gave me. Don't you see I'm talking to somebody? And I'm like, not backing down. I'm like, I need to talk to you. Because at the time, he happened to be the vice president of basketball operations for the Washington Wizards. And me being a big basketball fan, I was not happy about what was going on with the Washington Wizards at the time, okay? And I'm going to blame it all on boyfriend, okay? So that was my goal. I'm blaming it all on boyfriend that we're not doing well in the playoffs. I mean, in the season this year. So when I go up to him, I'm like, I got to talk to you. So she starts to walk away as I'm talking to him because I said, first of all, why in the world did you bring us Kwame Brown when we did not need Kwame Brown? We needed somebody who knows how to play so that we could get into the playoffs. And he's looking at me all crazy. And I'm like, I'm not done. And I'm like, and also, why did you trade Rip Hamilton to Detroit? I'm like, I can't get it. I don't get it. Rip Hamilton was our best player at the time. We're talking 2003. Rip Hamilton was one of our best players at the time. And Michael, being the VP of operations, he had control over who went and who stayed, right? We needed Rip Hamilton. We did not need no Kwame Brown. We didn't need no Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown was a new kid who was supposed to be the wonder boy coming out of high school or whatever. Yes, I was. Anyway, I was not a happy camper at the time. So I let him have it because I felt like this is my only opportunity to tell him or anybody else, you know, on that team how I felt. Although I did run into Rod Strickland a couple of times at some clubs, but Rod Strickland used to keep an entourage of people with him all the time, so you never really got a chance to talk to Rod. And so I thought, okay, since I can't get to Rod Strickland or anybody else on the team for that matter, this is my only opportunity. So I tell him off, basically, that I think he messed up, that he should never have done what he did, that we need to get ripped back, and what is your problem? No, he didn't ask for security. And I'm surprised because there just didn't seem to be any there. That was weird. There didn't seem to be any security there. I mean, I didn't notice any, you know, and I'm from the media, so I would have noticed if there was like, and plus being in DC, you have to know that when you live in DC, if there is a celebrity or not even a celebrity, the president is traveling around, if you happen to be going to visit somebody in a neighborhood and the president happens to be in that neighborhood, you know right away because there's going to be security, Secret Service people are going to start from like 3 blocks back from the neighborhood you're visiting. 3 blocks back, you're going to see, Secret Service people because they're going to be all over the place. They're going to cover the whole perimeter of whatever area it is that the president is visiting. And I've had that happen to me before. I went to visit somebody and I couldn't even get close to the house because the president happened to be over to somebody else's house, you know, in Washington, and you just couldn't get near. So, but no, he didn't have any security. So I was surprised about that. So anyway, yeah, DC don't play. That's true. So after I have this big blow up with him, or I'm the one blowing up, right? Okay, let's just make that clear. I'm the one blowing up. So after I get done talking to him, I go back and sit down. I figure out I had my piece. I don't really care what he has to say. I'm done. So I just turn my back on him and go and sit down. I go back to my table. I'm feeling good about myself because I felt like I had my piece. I was able to say what I have to say, even though I knew the 2 things I wanted wasn't going to happen. He wasn't going to bring back Rip, and he wasn't going to get rid of Kwame Brown. But at least I had my say. I had my say, okay? So I go back and sit down, and then the auction starts. The auction starts. And so, you know, people are getting auctioned off for this, that, or the other thing. And so then when it comes to my girlfriend's turn, when they're going to auction her off, she gets up on the stage, of course, because, you know, that's where they do it. And the bidding starts. And guess what? Somebody bought my girlfriend for $8,000. $8,000. And I'm like, oh, these people are rolling up in this joint. I'm thinking these people have some money up in here. And it was in Georgetown. If you guys are familiar with DC, it was in Georgetown. And Georgetown is kind of a ritzy part of the city. So this auction was in Georgetown. So I'm like, oh, well, good for her. You know, they gave her $8,000, blah, 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 whatever. So then we find out later that the person who bid on her and won was, you guessed it, Michael Jordan. So since he was the one who bid on my girlfriend and won, naturally what happens is that she has to go and, you know, talk to him, thank him for the donation or whatever it is. I'm not going. I decide, you go ahead, I'm not going. I'll be out here waiting for you when you're done so we can go home, basically. So she goes back there because he was actually in a room in the back of the place. He was in a private room in the back where, I mean, and they did have people standing by the door. So he did, I don't know, maybe that was security. He might not have if he knew you were her. But that's probably true. I think that's true. I don't think he knew we were together. So then she goes back in the back in this private room where he is. And I'm like, she stays back there a long time. She's back there a long time, and I'm ready to go. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Because see, back then I was real impatient too. And I'm like, she didn't want to stay at my fundraiser all night where I wanted to go see President Clinton. But she wants me to hang out here at her fundraiser all night. It ain't happening. I'm not going to stay out here all night. So after a while, I go out in the hall. And I know where the room is. I know where they are, but I don't go in. It was the champagne room. Well, I don't know what it was, but I stayed out in the hall waiting for her. I had my coat on because it was wintertime. I had my coat on. And at one point I just said, you know what? I'm just going to go stand by the door. No, well, Miss Michelle, no, not really. So I decided I'm going to go back and stand by the door. And I'm thinking, okay, if somebody comes in or out, I'll be able to tell them, can you please go in there and get my girlfriend? Because I'm ready to go. So I decided to go stand by the door. So then while I'm standing by the door, while I'm standing by the door cracks open. It cracks open about this much, maybe. I'm standing there and the door's cracked open about this much. And when I look in the door and I see the person that I see in the door sitting down in the back through this cracked open door is Michael Jordan. And I looked at him and he looked at me and he did this. I was like, I don't want to go in there. He didn't say anything. They just opened the door and he said, so of course at that point I figured I was in trouble. But you know what? Being my feisty self, I thought, you know what? I don't care. He can say whatever he wants to say. I'm going to go in there, but I ain't going to listen. No more fundraisers for either one of you, right? So anyway, I go in there. I did. I went in. And when I got in there, there were several people in there. I didn't realize how many people were in there. When I went in there, it was my girlfriend. She was sitting next to Michael. Next to Michael was the agent David Falk. I don't know if you know David Falk, but David Falk was a sports agent for a lot of people like, who was it? I'm thinking of the Sixers guy, Iverson. He was Allen Iverson's sports agent. So he was a sports agent for a lot of the big NBA players. So it was my girlfriend, Michael Jordan, David Falk, Patrick Ewing was in there. Patrick Ewing was in there. He was sitting off. I didn't see him at first because when I first went in the door, all I could see was my girlfriend and Michael Jordan and David Falk. Once I got inside and I looked around, Patrick Ewing was in there. And you know Patrick, he played for the New York Knicks. And Charles Oakley. Charles Oakley was in there. He played for Chicago too. I don't know if he was playing. I don't think he was playing for Chicago. At the time, he was not playing for Chicago. He was playing in DC with Michael on the team that Michael had been running for the Wizards. You like Allen Iverson? Yeah. So I get in there and all these people are in here. Charles Oakley is really, really quiet. he's sitting in the back by himself. Matter of fact, he stays away from everybody else, which I thought was kind of bizarre. But I have another story about that. But anyway, he stayed kind of back in the back, and Patrick was sitting on the other side of David Falk. So when I got inside, I sat at the table across from Michael. So it was my girlfriend, Michael, David Falk, Patrick, and me on the other side, and Charles Oakley sitting back in the back somewhere. Anyway, so I didn't really know what to say. The first thing that happened when I got in there is that if you guys know anything about Michael Jordan, he smokes cigars. And he loves his cigars. And of course, everybody had a drink in there. Everybody had some alcohol. Everybody had a drink. I don't think my girlfriend was drinking. But she might have been drinking some soda or something, because she was pretty much of a health nut. So I don't think she was drinking any alcohol. But Michael was drinking, and he was smoking a cigar. And my girlfriend said something to the effect of, I don't like cigars or whatever, or cigars aren't healthy or something like that, she said to him. So he's sitting right next to her, right? But he's still smoking it. So you know what he does? Let me show you what he did. Okay, so I'm Michael, and somebody's sitting next to me, right? I'm smoking a cigar. This is what he did. That's all he did. Every time he took a puff of that cigar, he just went over her head. And I thought, why am I not surprised? But yeah, he did that all night. It was so weird. He did that all night. Every time he'd take a puff, he'd blow it over her head. She didn't say nothing. She just didn't say nothing. She really didn't have much to say at all in the conversation. But anyway, so then the big deal comes when we start talking. Me and Michael start talking basketball. And fortunately for me, I knew enough about the game that I could have a conversation with him about it. We argued back and forth about those two things I brought up, about Kwame Brown and about Rip Hamilton. And he told me, I asked him, I said, why? Why would you trade our best player? He told me that Rip Hamilton wanted too much money. I'm not even going to tell you the amount that he told me he wanted. But the amount that he wanted is nothing compared to what NBA players make now. It was nothing. It really didn't seem to me like it was that much back then, but it's nothing compared to what they make now. So he said Rip wanted too much money. But that same year, at the end of that year, guess who went to the playoffs and won? The Detroit Pistons. The Pistons, the team that our star was traded to. What did the Wizards do? Nothing. Nothing. I was so upset. So upset because Rip Hamilton took them to not one, but I think 2 championships. He became a big star in Detroit. And what did Kwame Brown do? They had to let him go. I think he got let go maybe a year or 2 after that. I can't swear to that. But they did let him go eventually because he just did not turn out to be the big superstar they thought he was going to be. Yeah. So we talked about that. Oh, and another thing he did when he was playing when he was the VP of basketball operations for the Wizards, he tried to play because the team was doing so bad at one point that Michael actually put on a uniform. He put on a uniform. Yeah. He put on a uniform and he started playing on the team that he's supposed to be coaching, that he's supposed to be the VP of operations for. And I got on his case about that. what made you think that you needed to get on the floor and play with them? You're the VP. Why are you doing this? Plus his knee was bad, so he had no business playing on that. And he had to come out a bunch of times because of his knee. Yeah, girl, we had the conversation that night. 2 hours. I sat there and talked to him 2 hours about basketball. That's it. While he's blowing smoke over my girlfriend's head and drinking his drink, we sat there for 2 hours and did nothing but talk about basketball. So let me tell you what happened at the end. Let me tell you what happened at the end, and then we're going to do the giveaway. Yes, I did watch his documentary. I did. And yes, he's arrogant. He can't help but be. He can't help but be. But yeah, I wasn't surprised, especially the parts where he was talking about his experience on the team, feeling like people weren't pulling their weight and stuff like that. Even when he was in Washington, he used to make them get up and go to the gym at 7 a.m. or 5 a.m. or something like that, because he would get up at 5 and go. So when he started talking about that, I remember that because Charles Oakley actually told me that. I used to have some conversations with him on the phone, and Oakley told me what was going on at that time and how he was, how he was with the other players. So yeah, I got an earful from Charles on that score. But one good thing that came out of this whole thing is that Patrick Ewing started liking my friend, and so he would give me free tickets to the game because he thought that I would put in a good word for him. And I did. I tried to put in a good word for him, but she wasn't interested. She wasn't interested, but I did get some free tickets to the basketball game, so I was very happy about that. But anyway, let me wrap this up and tell you what happened at the end of our conversation. So we're getting ready to leave. Me and my girlfriend, we get up, we put our coats on, we get ready to go. And so I walk out the door, and while I was out in the hallway, I think she was still talking to somebody or whatever. So while I was out in the hallway, there was a guy, and I don't know if you guys remember this. Yeah, right, the hookup. I don't know if you guys remember this, but at some clubs in the city, they would have a person who would walk around selling flowers. They would be selling flowers and stuff like that so a guy could buy flowers for the girl he was trying to hook up with or whatever. I don't know if you guys remember that, but back in the day when you went to the club, there would be people who would sell stuff like that. They'd walk around periodically and try to get you to buy some flowers or whatever. So there was a guy there who was selling roses, and he was selling them by the bunch or whatever. And I told him, I said, can I just have one? I said, I don't really want to buy a bunch. I said, just let me have one. I just want one rose, just one. So he gave me one. And I took that rose and I walked back into the room, and I walked up to Michael and I handed him the rose, and I said, peace treaty. And he took the flower and he said, peace treaty. And then he kissed me. Just, not like a real kiss, you know what I'm saying? He took the flower. We had our little truce. He kissed me and we left. Me and my girlfriend, we jumped in our cars and we left. And I'd never seen him again after that. Never saw him again. Now, I don't know if he ever had the date with her. I don't think he did, because she would have told me. Because he was supposed to have a date with her. And he never had the date, I don't think. But she did talk to Patrick quite a lot. And I talked to Charles quite a lot. But I don't think she ever had the date with Michael. But yeah, he was like, yep, truce. So we forged our little truce. And that was the end of that. But I just thought I'd share that little story with y'all. Yeah, that was funny. He was funny. I did talk to him one other time. I actually didn't talk to him in person, but I did talk to him one other time. When I was writing my first book, my Desperate Dating book, my first book, I actually sent him a copy of the book, and he sent me a letter back thanking me for giving him the book and blah, blah, blah. But we didn't talk about anything. But yeah, I thought I'd share that with you guys. That was kind of a funny story. Yeah, that was a funny story. Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny because I'm in Charlotte now. I live here in Charlotte, and I know that he lives here somewhere. But I mean, I've not been out, so I can't like go anywhere. So I've never run into him. I mean, although I know he's here. The flower and the picture man at the end of the night. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. They used to have a picture man too. I remember that. Yep, the clubs used to have a picture man. And he would take pictures of you in the club that you could give to your, that you could keep for a memento or whatever they call it. Yeah. Yep. So he's here in Charlotte and I'm here in Charlotte. But I have not seen him. I probably will at some point, but I've not seen him. I'm going to introduce my husband to him. And he's probably going to say to my husband, how in the world did you put up with her? He's going to probably take my husband aside and say, let me tell you some things about this woman. Yeah, thank you. I mean, I didn't do a whole lot. I mean, my career has been interesting. I have to admit, my career has been interesting, and I've met a lot of interesting people. I've done a lot of interesting things. I've been, I guess you say, blessed. I won't necessarily say that everything that I did was blessed, because some of the things that I did, I'm sure Jehovah would not appreciate. But yeah, I've had a very interesting life. I'd say exciting. I guess it's kind of been exciting. And the good thing was I was able to do it while I was young. Because after you get older, you run out of opportunities to do things. So if you're really young right now, if you're in your 20s, even in your 30s, do your thing. Get out there and pursue that goal, whatever that goal is. Because, when you're young is the time to pursue your goals. Hopefully they're good goals. They're not just money-making goals. Hopefully they're good goals that, maybe can help improve somebody's life or your own. But yeah. So yeah, I thought I'd share that story with you guys. So, okay, so now I'm going to give away my prize. I told you guys that I was going to give away a Juvias palette, because I have to tell you, I love Juvias. Not every color of hers works for me. Like there's that new Walla Walla or Wahala, Manoga Halo, whatever it is, palette they got out. And I try to look at palettes. I guess, from a practical sense for me. I'm like, I really don't need a palette that has a bunch of colors that I'm not going to wear. And that Wahala palette, I think that's how you pronounce it. That Wahala palette has some colors in it that I already have in other palettes. So I didn't buy that one. So that's not what I'm giving away. I'm not giving away the Wahala palette because I didn't buy that one. The one palette that Juvias makes that I use all the time is the Warrior 2. I use Warrior 2 all the time. So that's that palette I use and I keep. And then the Zulu palette, I think that was my first one. I use the Zulu palette, even though it has some bright colors in it. I use the Zulu palette pretty regularly. But the Warrior 2, I think, is the one that... it's either Warrior or Warrior 2. I forgot. It's in a beige like thing. But I use that one all the time. But I recently went and purchased some more Juvias palettes. And I purchased 4. And 2 of them I use all the time. One of them I've used once. And the one that I have left, I never used. And that is the one I'm giving away. So let me show you the palette I'm giving away. This is it. This Juvia's palette is called the Violets. Now, for a long time, this palette was not available. Whenever you tried to buy it, you couldn't find it. And it took a long time for me to even get it. So this particular palette, I like it. But I've never used it because, I don't know, I just don't think violet is something that's going to look good on me. So let me show you what the colors look like. I'm just going to show you. Like I said, I've never used it. Excuse my Band-Aid. I cut my hand. Here is the palette. I'm going to keep the plastic over it. Yeah, so this is it. This is the palette I'm giving away. Ooh, the little plastic's coming. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here you go. This is the one I'm giving away, and it has all these different lavenders in it. I think only 1 or 2 are matte. I think the rest of them are shimmers. If I'm not mistaken, I think only 2 are matte. The 2 that are matte are the ones on this end. These two, I think. Yeah, the 2 on the end where my pinky is, those 2 are matte. And the rest of them are like shimmer. So, like I said, I never used it. And I figured I was never going to use it. So I'm going to give this palette away. So the way you guys are going to win this palette is I have come up with another guessing game. So this is another guessing game. Now with this guessing game, you have to guess. Oh yeah, I love Juvias because it's so pigmented. And there are very few eyeshadow palettes out there that are as pigmented as this one is. And I really like Juvias because of that fact. They're very, very pigmented. So this one, oh yeah, you like shimmer? Yeah, this one has 2 mattes though. And then the other 4, I guess, yeah, there's 6 of them. Yeah, there's 6 in here and 2 are matte and the rest are shimmer. So, okay, so if you guys are ready, I'm going to tell you how you're going to win this palette. One of you has to guess the first letter in the city where I was born. The first letter of the city I was born. It's not really a city, it's a town, but yeah. So if you can guess the first letter of the town where I was born, then you will win this palette. So it's the first letter. So I need you to guess the first letter of the town I was born in. Okay, I got a winner. I have a winner. Ashley Nicole, you were the first person, or rather the only person that put up the letter of the town I was born in. Ashley Nicole, was the first person to put up the letter. Ashley, you can't vote twice now. Ashley Nicole, you were the first person to put up the letter D. I was born in Denison, Ohio. Dennison, Denison. So Ashley Nicole, you win the Juvia's palette eyeshadow. So what I need you, yes, congratulations. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I know how y'all be doing. You were the first one to put up the letter D. So what I want you to do is, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. If you do, put your my email address is in my email address is down on the bottom of all of my videos, or you can just DM me on Instagram and give me your address so that I can send this to you. Okay. Yeah. So I love playing these little games, and I wish more people would send me stuff so I could give it away. I have been trying to get more people to send me things so that I can give them away during my lives, because I know you guys like that. So yes, thank you for participating, and thank you, Ashley, for picking the right letter. Yep, so I'm going to send you that palette. Once you send me your address, just email me, or you can drop it in my DM and my you can drop it in my DM and my Instagram page. So yeah, so I can't always give away something every week, but I'm going to try to give away something every other week, because I hate to tell you this, but eventually Live at 5 is going to go away. Because Sundays are very hard for me and Saturdays are worse. My weekend days, because I work full time, my weekend days are really tough because I need to spend time with my husband. I need to clean. I need to cook. I need to sew. I need to get ready for wig reviews, all that kind of stuff. So doing this every Sunday, I'm not going to be able to do this every Sunday. So my intention is to stop at the end of August. So I'm going to go through the rest of July and August. And then by the end of August, I'm probably going to stop because I actually think that we're going back to work in September. My company right now, we've been working at home since March. And I think that we're going to be going back in September. And if we do that, then I'm definitely going to need time to do stuff because I can't just jump up from my chair at 4:30 and go do stuff. I have to drive home, you know, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So I'm probably going to stop doing this at the end of August, but I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know. But in the meantime, I'm trying to get more products from people. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate that. I'm going to try and get more products from people so that I can give them away to you. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't know if you guys know, I had been working with Image Skincare and they did give me some stuff, but I used those products because I had to try them, except for the one that I gave away. And I gave away a product. Oh, I forgot who I gave it to, but I gave away a product. I think it was to Melinda. I gave away one of their products. And then another company I've been working with that has a shampoo line, they sent me some shampoo, but then I had to use it, you know, so I couldn't give it away. But they're sending me some more stuff. So when they start sending me more stuff, it's called Seeing Hair Care. I really like them because Seeing Hair Care is really good for me because my scalp is sensitive and their shampoo is really great. I'm just going to type in the name of the company. It's called SEEN. Hair Care. Hair Care. Yeah, and I've been working with them, and they're really super cool. They're from DC. They're really super cool, and they've been sending me shampoo and conditioner, but they've got a curl activator coming out. You know, something that you can put in your hair, you know, for protective styles, for when your hair is curly, to just keep it nice and curly. They have a curl activator coming out. They're going to be sending that. And I'm hoping to continue to have a relationship with them so I can start giving you some of their stuff too. So I'm also working with some other companies as well, but I'll let you guys know what's coming up. But yeah, I'm just trying to get some products from people so that I can, oh, let me tell you what happened on Instagram. I don't know about you guys, but there are trolls and mean-spirited people everywhere, of course, especially on social media. And there was a person who I went on Instagram and I said, oh, I know what it was. You guys remember when we did the lash glue last week? We tested that Kiss lash glue. Well, I went on Instagram when Kiss first put that on there, and I asked them to send me some free glue so that I could share it with you guys. And somebody jumped on there and said, why don't you just buy it like everybody else? And I says, why should I buy it if I can get it for free? And of course they got mad and they had something else nasty to say after that. They're like, now see, this is an example of the influencer who's trying to use her influence to get stuff for free. And I said, yep. So whatever it was she was trying, I wasn't going for it because, you know, I can't be baited that easily. I can't be baited that easily. I done been around the block a few times, so that kind of stuff don't bother me. So instead of letting her get my goat, as we used to say back in the day, I just played along with her. I'm like, yep, that's right. I'm trying to get something free. I sure am. So anyway, I did not get anything for free from them. I actually bought that liner, that glue liner that we tried out last week. I actually bought that. Yeah, but people do that. I don't know whether it's jealousy or they just don't have nothing else to do or what it is. But I mean, I don't even consider myself an influencer. So I took it as a compliment. Because I mean, I don't have that many followers, so I don't really consider myself an influencer anyway. I consider people like Hearts and Cake 90 an influencer who has 129,000 subscribers. Anybody over 100,000 subscribers to me is an influencer. If you don't have 100,000 subscribers, to me, you're not an influencer. So have you been using the Conique? People can't mind their business. That's true. They can't. Yes, I do. I use the brown because the brown's the only one I have left because I gave away the other ones to Miss Wheeler. I gave the other ones away to her. Yeah, no, I was just saying that somebody got mad because I asked for a free product on Instagram. That's all. But yeah, they're miserable and negative. That's true. That's true. But I mean, that's the way people are going to be. They're just going to be like that. But I mean, I did buy it, as you guys know. I did buy it, and I tried it with you guys last week, and it worked. So that's another product that we can use for our eyelashes if we use them. Is that Kiss liner did work, and the lash stayed on my hand. Matter of fact, let me tell you what happened after we got off the live. After we got off the live, and I tried to take that lash off my hand, I was tugging on that thing, and when I finally got it off, there was a black line on my hand, and you know what it was from? It was from the other glue. It was from the other glue I had on the lash before, because the lash was not exactly completely clean. The lash had already had some black liner on it from another wear. And when I pulled that lash off, finally off my hand, it took some of that black liner off of that lash. So I'm thinking, man, that stuff worked. I mean, it really stayed on there. I was really impressed. So again, like we found out a couple of weeks ago that you got to let that stuff get tacky. Ooh, that lash did not want to come off. It did not want to come off. It was sticking there. So that Kiss stuff really works. And that Conique works too. You know, like we found out when we did the test a few weeks ago, and we found out that it actually works. Yeah, people are in a sunken place, and they do show it in their actions. It's very sad. That's why I talked about earlier about how we got to show love to each other, because we only have each other in terms of humanity. You know, we don't have anybody else. You know, we can rely on our God, of course, but as far as like humans, we really need to be more mindful of people and be more caring and less jealous and hateful. Lilani says, I purchased the same glue after we got off the live. It's so easy to work with. Yeah, I like it. I do. And that's another thing. If you guys come up with something or you hear about something that you want us to try, we can all try it together here on the live. No problem. I'll get it and we'll try it together, whatever it is, because there's no sense in you guys buying it if it don't work. So if you hear of anything that you think we should try live on here, let me know and we can do that. As long as it's not something real expensive that I can afford to buy, especially since if I don't get it for free. If I don't get it for free, I did take it as a compliment. I did. When she told me I was an influencer, she said, this is an example of influencers who try to get stuff for free. I'm like, that's me. Yeah. Yep. So if you guys can come up with anything that you want me to try, we can do it live on here. I'll get it and we'll try it live on here. And also, if I get any products from anybody, I'm going to use those to give them away. Well, sis, you want an influencer, so let you know. Thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Kamira, you're the big influencer, though. I think you're a way bigger influencer than me. Kamira Jules, she's everywhere. Everybody knows Kamira. Thank you. Thank you, Nanette. I appreciate that. I'm trying to be nicer than I was to Michael Jordan, though. I am. I'm trying to be nicer than I was to Michael Jordan. I should have been so rude and interrupted his conversation with that woman. I'm sure she's telling that story to everybody, too. She's probably running around telling her friends, this black woman just came up to us while I was talking to Michael Jordan and just interrupted our conversation. She's probably telling everybody that story. That's her version of the Michael Jordan story. Oh, goodness. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want somebody to give me a wig I can give away. That's what I want. I want to give you guys not one that, but well, you guys know. You know that when I review wigs, I sell them on eBay. If you didn't know that, I do. I sell my wigs that I review on eBay for the most part. Not all of them, but I usually sell them. What I want is for somebody to send me a wig that I can just give away. So there's some stuff that's coming along. So I'm hoping, how does your husband have influence on the wigs you add to your collection? No influence whatsoever. Flair for hair, no influence whatsoever. He doesn't even look at what I get. When the packages come in, they go right upstairs into this room, which is my recording room. He does not have any. The only time he sees my wigs is after I've done the review and I walk out the room and he sees me. And then he's like, oh, we're blonde today. Or, oh, we have braids today. Yeah, so he doesn't have any influence on what I purchase. He just sees it after I wear it. And then he tells me whether he wants me to keep it or not. That's the difference. If he likes it and he wants me to keep it, then I keep it. But most of the time, I'm selling it on eBay. My husband never sees mine until I review. Yep. Yeah, he doesn't usually see them until after I reviewed it because it's on my head and I'm walking around the house, especially if I glue it down. If I glue it down, I'm not taking it off right away. So he'll see it then. Where is your shop channel to buy from? I'm Still Looking Good 58 on eBay. So if you just type in Still Looking Good 58, that's what I am on eBay. I think it's ebay.com. Then there's a slash. It's URS and then slash and then Still Looking Good 58. No, I have not tried magnetic lashes yet. Natural Joy did. And she and I were talking and she was telling me that she liked them. And so I was going to try them because Natural Joy tried them and she did them on her channel and she liked them. Lalani, are you leaving? Oh, bye. Or did she leave already? Oh, you got to go. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Lalani. We'll see you next time. But yeah, Natural Joy tried some magnetic lashes. And I think I'm going to try some because she did and she liked them. I usually try, just like you guys, I watch influencers too. And I watch what they try. And if it works, if I think it's going to work for me, I'll do it. Like if somebody reviews a wig and they think the lace is too light, I usually go buy it. Because if it's too light for my chocolate sisters, then it's probably going to be just right for me. But if it's dark and my chocolate sisters love the lace, it's usually a wig I'm not going to be able to wear. Because as we, in the conversations that we've had in the past, you cannot lighten dark lace, but you can darken light lace. So if the lace is already dark, there's really nothing I can do with it. If it's light and my chocolate sisters can't wear it, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be able to wear it. Yeah. Like when that Cloud 9 What Lace collection first came out, and the first wig they came out with was that Chiari wig. I mean, that wasn't the first one that came out. The first Yaki one that came out was Chiari. And when I got Chiari, that was the first What Lace wig I'd ever gotten. And I did a video that said, is it too light for me? Let's see. In my video, I showed people the lace and how it worked for me. It just didn't work for my chocolate sisters. But I think now they're starting to darken that What Lace now. I think it's coming out darker now. Martha says, I love magnetic lashes. I am a teacher and the lashes will stay all day. Oh, that's good. That's a good promo there, Martha. We may have to try that. At My Best says, I want to try magnetic lashes, but would love your take on them. Yeah, I'm going to try them. They're kind of pricey, though. I would hate to spend like $20 on them, and I don't like them. I might have to go someplace and get them where I can get them cheaper. And I'm not going to try to get them for free. I'm going to see if I can get them cheaper so that I can try some. Yeah. Ashley said, yes. Yeah, I was happy. I was very happy about that lace. If you watched that video, I was very happy. Yeah, I was really happy with that Zuri Sis wig too, Britt, because Zuri Sis came out with what they called HD, which actually worked perfect for me because my skin is so, because see, my scalp is lighter than, you think I'm light here. My scalp is almost white. And so my scalp is way lighter. So when I have lace like that, it works well for me. Yeah. On fair skin people, the What Lace, that first version of What Lace actually does work well. But I hear that it's gotten darker. And if it's gotten darker, then I probably won't be able to use it. But let me just tell you guys, there is a company, and I'm going to put the name of them in the chat. You probably heard of this company before, but I'm going to put their name in the chat. Have you guys heard of The Stylist? They've been around for a little bit. But anyway, The Stylist, And I found this out just recently because I don't know if you guys know Oh So Fashionable, but Oh So Fashionable did a video on a wig from the stylist. And she was the first person to say, oh, you too, Roni. Bye. Thanks for coming. Ronnie. I keep saying Roni. Ronnie. Trying the magnetic lashes with glue is cheaper. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. At Sam's Beauty? Oh, the stylist is only at Sam's Beauty? You're probably right. I think they are only at Sam's Beauty, Elizabeth. But yeah, anyway, they offer two types of lace. They offer brown lace and light lace. And yeah, bye, Ronnie. Yeah, they offer brown lace and light lace. And that company, the stylist, I believe is the first synthetic company that I'm aware of that actually gives you the choice, brown or light or dark or whatever. Because they have the drop down box for your color, and then they have the drop down box for the lace color, which is cool because that way you know what you're getting. Well, you know, at least you know it's going to be lighter than, you know, the other one. But I think the other one should do that too. I'm thinking if that company can give you those options, why can't everybody do that? Why isn't Outre giving me options, or Sensationelle, or, you know, or Vanessa or somebody? How come they're not giving me that option? I really think that they all should do that because we don't all have the same skin color. Blah, duh, right? Flash, news flash. All women of color are not brown. News flash. You know, we're all different shades. Oh, at my best is I found a wig lace spray on Amazon that works on my wigs. I'm definitely a chocolate girl in my lace shoes and needs a little help. Yeah. I think in the beginning when I first started wearing wigs, most of the wigs that I got had brown lace. And then they started coming out with the lighter lace, and that helped me. But it wasn't until What Lace that I really noticed on a synthetic wig that they were actually going to make light lace, because the sisters, the chocolate sisters, were complaining about that so much that I thought, okay, well, if they're complaining about that, this must be something that'll work for me. And that's why I went and got it. And yeah, it did work. It did work. But I think, again, that they're going back to dark lace. And I just wish they would all give people choices, because, I mean, it doesn't make sense. And when you buy a human hair wig, you get a choice of what you lace it most of the time. I won't say all the time. Sometimes when you buy a human hair wig, you don't get a choice. But most of the time you do. Yeah, most of the time you do. And yeah, you guys found out that the human hair wig that I did was RPG show. It was RPG show, the wig that I did my review on last week after I did my live with you guys. And I really do like that wig. That was a beautiful wig. Priced way better than the other ones there, but it was really good quality. I have to say that human hair wig was really good quality. And I actually tried to get them to send me a free wig. But RPG show was not having it. They were not having it. I asked them for a free wig and they were not having it because I'm not big enough for them. I have to be on the level of like Natural Joy to get a wig for free from RPG Show. But then RPG Show not only has to give them a free wig, but they have to pay them. Those women are getting paid to do reviews for RPG Show. They're not just getting wigs. They're getting wigs and they're getting money. All I asked for was a wig. I couldn't even get that. I said, just give me a wig. I mean, my goodness, I'll take the wig. But, you know, they wouldn't even do that. They like, oh, well, we really like your hair, the way you look in our hair. And we just think it was so beautiful what you did. But, you know, we'd be willing to help people get to know you by sending, you know, people to you so that you can get more subscribers, which was a backhanded compliment to tell me, no, you're not big enough. But see, my thing was, if you like my video and you thought it was good enough to share with your customers, why wouldn't you pay me? That's what I don't understand. They were so excited when I put my pictures out. They were so excited to share my video with their customers, but they didn't want to pay me. So I'm thinking, I'm not big enough to get paid, but you can use my video to get paid. So you can get paid. But I'm not big enough to get paid by you, but you're big enough to get paid through my video. That I didn't understand. Yeah, I was not happy, but we had a very cordial conversation about it. I wasn't nasty. I didn't pull a Michael Jordan on him. I wasn't nasty. I was very nice and professional about it. A la Maddie James. And if you guys don't know Maddie, Maddie gives influencers advice on how to deal with sponsors. So a la Maddie James, I was very professional about it. And we had a very cordial conversation back and forth on Instagram. Yeah. And they politely told me, I politely told them to stop using my videos. And they politely told me, okay. Because they were not giving me a free wig. And they weren't working with me because I was too small. But I mean, a sister has to at least ask, right? Maybe I am too small, but a sister has to at least ask. You know, there's nothing wrong with asking. No, they didn't want to give me a coupon code either. What they wanted to give me was pocket change. They were willing to give me some pocket change off of the price of their $400 wig. And I'm thinking, no, what you're offering me is not even close to enough to help me buy another one of your wigs. Yeah, they just, but honestly, I think that they're going for the biggest bang they can for their buck, and I can't blame them for that. If they want to go to somebody who has 100,000 subscribers so that they can get, you know, maybe they're just looking for a guaranteed payday. And maybe they feel like the $100,000 subscribers is going to give them a guaranteed payday. But I mean, like I said, they liked what they saw and they used it. If you go on their Instagram page now, they may have taken it off, but they had 2 of my videos on their Instagram page. I don't know if they took it off or not, but they had recut my video twice and put it on their Instagram page. And I'm thinking, no. I'm thinking, if you can't give me a free wig, why would you take my video, re-edit it, put it out there for your customers if you didn't think it was going to make you some money? Yeah, I don't know, Divine. I don't know if I'm going to be around long enough for it to happen one day. I may be off doing something else by then. You know, I may not even be doing wig videos by the time they decide to come back to me. Yeah, well, yeah, it is disrespectful, Kamira. But like I said, they politely said they would remove them. But I don't know because I have not looked. Let me look now. Let me see if they took it off yet. Because I asked them to take it off. And they said they would take it off, but I don't know that they actually did. So let me look and see. Let me see if I'm still there. Yep, I'm still there. They only took one of them off. They had 2 of mine up there. They only took off 1. I told them to take them both off. They didn't. They only took 1. They still have the other one. I'm sitting up there next to Dominique A. I guess I should be happy. My video's sitting up there next to Dominique A. But no, they didn't take them both off yet. They only took off 1. Yeah, they should have taken both of them off. But I mean, I'll hit them up again later and tell them, give me a wig or take the other one off too. Because by now they've made some money. You know, they've sold at least 1 wig. Because when I was watching them, when they put it up there, I looked in the comments of what people were saying about the wig I had on. And there were people asking if it came in a longer length. There were people asking how much it was. There are people asking where they can get it. And I'm thinking, people don't ask questions like that unless they're interested in buying it. So I'm like, okay, well, if any of these women bought this wig, I need to ask them. Did you buy that wig based on what they showed you in my video? And can I find out for sure? No. I mean, honest to goodness, it's really not that big a deal to me. I mean, my goodness. I mean, you know, they're going to do what they do. And even if you put your stuff out there and you don't even talk to some of these people, they could still steal your stuff. I have heard so many stories. I've heard so many stories of influencers who have put videos out that they didn't even give to anybody. And because see, I gave them the link to my video because I wanted them to look at it so that they could decide if they wanted to work with me. I didn't give it to them to put on their Instagram page. I gave it to them as part of my negotiations with them to try to get them to work with me. And she was just, you know, all happy and excited and love the pictures and all that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking, okay, great. That means maybe she'll send me something. Nope, didn't happen. Elizabeth says, is Wow Ebony with bangs good quality? I actually have a Wow Ebony wig on my eBay page that I'm selling. And yes, it is good quality. That particular wig actually, I think, is 180% density. That's a very thick bob with bangs. It's a very thick bob with bangs. And yes, they have good quality. I bought 3 wigs from them already. But the wig that I have up there on my eBay page, yeah, that one is one that I'm selling that I did not wear. It was a review wig. And it has bangs. It's probably about shoulder length, a little more than shoulder length, but it's thick. For a bob, it's a thick bob. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good quality wig. And you can go online and see what it costs, because I think I had, you can go look at my review. I did a review of the wig on my YouTube page. So you can go look at my review, because in my review in the description section, I'll tell you, I put a link in there for the, so whenever you guys buy my stuff, you can look on my YouTube, because normally if I've reviewed it, you can go and look at the review before you buy the wig. But I try to be really reasonable in my prices. And I really try to, like I said, most of the time, there's going to be a rare time when I have worn the wig twice or even once. Most of the time when I'm selling them, I haven't worn them. I just wore them in a review or an update review. So it might have got worn twice for a review and then maybe an update. But most of the time I just have them on my head. When the review's over, I take that puppy off and put it back in the box. Or, if I wore it, like if I wear it like for a day, I'll wash it, of course, and put it back in the box. But yeah, but usually I just like I have a head, thingy on, and I just take it off. And, if I feel like it needs to be washed, I'll wash it. But usually it's just my reviews usually don't take more than 5 minutes to do. So after I'm done with the review, it's off the head. But yeah, but I mean, I would wash any wig that I got from anybody. Oh, and if you buy wigs from China, China and Nigeria. Let's just talk about that for a minute. China and Nigeria. If you buy a braided wig from Africa, and let me just back up. I'm not going to single out Nigeria, but I've always purchased my braided wigs from Nigeria. If you buy a wig from Africa, please wash that thing at least a couple of times. Because I have purchased a couple of braided wigs from Africa and they were dirty. I mean, dirty. And I'm not saying that the people that are making them are dirty or any of that kind of stuff, but the wigs were dirty. So I always wash the wigs from Africa a couple of times. And the wigs from China usually smell like Fritos, like corn chips. And I didn't believe that until, a long time ago. A long time ago, about a year or two ago, I was watching Natural Joy do a video on a human hair wig she bought. She said, this thing smelled like corn chips. And she says she washed it and hung it outside to dry. And it still smelled like corn chips. So I would wash them regardless of what country they come from. Usually the African wigs that I get are dirty, so I have to wash those. But the Chinese wigs smell funny. So I always have to wash those too. So like that human hair wig that I got from RPG Show, I still washed it. And that wig, since they dyed it before I got it, and as you know, any hair that's dyed, a little dye is going to come out. The first time I washed that wig, some dye did come off of it. But I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. It was pretty much what I would have expected if I had dyed the wig myself. So yeah, but so that RPG wig, it was great all around. So I didn't have any problem with it. That's why I kept trying to get them to give me a free one. Because the quality of their wigs is off the chain. I'm talking like synthetic hair, but it's human. Like this, I think, is a thick wig for a synthetic wig. Their human hair is like this. And I'm like, dag, I like that. Their human hair is thick. I mean, thick. It's like real. I mean, it is real, obviously. but the quality of their hair is so good. And see, here I am doing another commercial for them, and they haven't even given me a wig yet, right? I'm gonna stop talking about them. But yeah, all jokes aside, I really, of all the wigs I've ever purchased, and I said this in my video, of all the wigs I've ever purchased, I thought that was the best wig I'd ever purchased, a human hair wig. The quality, I think, was just right there. But I have heard that Hey Queen Crowns has that same kind of quality. And I've not gotten anything from her yet, but I've heard that she has that same quality. And she's got a sale going on right now. I think she's selling her wigs for $80 off. Her wigs are in the $400 range too. But I think she knocked off 80 bucks. At one time she only knocked off 35 when I was looking. But I think today I saw her on Instagram say she was knocking off $80. But anyway, I mean, even at that price point, human hair is expensive. That's why I really prefer synthetic, because it's hard. It's hard to when you got bills to pay, you can't just be dropping $300, $400, $500 on a wig. I mean, that's insane to me. That's why, like I said, the one that I purchased from them was under $300, and I was doing good to get that. But I got mine for a purpose. I bought mine because I was trying to get them to give me more. So I considered mine an investment. I was like, I'm going to invest in this wig to see if once I review this and it looks good, they say, yeah, we'll work with you. No. Have you heard of Hair Fetish? I never heard of them. But I must say that after I did review that wig, I did get a couple of other wig companies to come to me. They weren't big, but I did get a couple of other wig companies come to me and ask me to review wigs for them. So I guess something good came out of it. But they were very small companies and really didn't have any money. They were just trying to get me to review a wig of theirs. And I haven't said no to anybody yet. I haven't said no. Because if it's a nice quality human hair wig and they just want to give me the wig, I'll take it. But yeah, some of these smaller companies don't have the budget that people like RPG Show have. Oh, Ashley says, I wish more wig places were Black owned. Yeah, to Elizabeth. Yeah. Oh, there was a guy on Instagram today who he made a list. He made a list of companies that are Black owned. I don't know if I can find it again. I don't think it was just human hair though. He just made a list of companies that were Black owned. He might have been on Facebook today. It might not have been Instagram. It might have been Facebook. But there was a list. He had a list of Black owned companies that make wigs and Black hair care products. I can't find it, but when I find it again, we'll talk about that. But yeah. But and then some of these Black companies are having problems because they're not getting the clientele that they need to stay open. They're not really getting the business. And yeah. But I mean, there's enough of us to support those companies. We just need to do it, I guess. But yeah, there's a list out there. I think it's either on Facebook or Instagram of the Black, and you can probably just Google it. Well, maybe not Google it, but you could probably just go on Instagram or Facebook and type that in, and you can probably find somebody talking about it or giving you a list of those companies. But yeah, like I said, that RPG Show wig really, not only did I use it to try and get another wig, but it also helped me to appreciate that what the quality is that's out there that you can get. Because some of the wigs that I have gotten, I see this thing is tangled. Some of the, and this is Valentino. This is a synthetic wig. This isn't like a human hair wig. This is a Free Tress Equal Valentino that I'm wearing. But getting that wig helped me to see the quality of hair that's out there. And the human hair that I have gotten in the past, some of it has been too thin. Some of it has been a nice thickness, like that Wow Ebony wig that we talked about, Elizabeth. That one was a very nice thickness. I like the quality of that Wow Ebony wig. Like I said, I bought several wigs from them because I like their quality. And they're not expensive either. So that's a really good alternative if you're looking for a human hair wig for the first time. Wow Ebony has good quality. And I would get at least 150% density. I would stay away from 130% density because 130% density reminds me of this. Hold on. Okay, here's my cap wig again. To me, this is 130% density. To me, 130% density is very thin. And granted, like I told you, I'm gonna put some more hair in this cap wig. I'm putting more hair in here, but I'm showing this to make a point that a lot of times when I get 130% density in a human hair wig, it's thin like this. There's no thickness to it. So I usually get 150 or 180. If I can get more than that, I will, especially if it's long. The longer the hair, the thicker the density should be. Yeah, but this cap wig has really thin hair in it, and this is kind of what 130% density looks like to me. But yeah, the Valentino wig I really like. Yeah, I gave away a Valentino wig when I was doing I did a contest on Instagram with about 15 other wig reviewers, and we each gave away a wig. So all 15 of us, was it 15 or 10? It might have been 10 of us. All 10 of us gave away wigs, and I gave away Valentino to the person who won my wig. But we all got together and on Instagram and told everybody, if you follow all of us, we're all giving away wigs. And everybody gave away a different wig. I gave away Valentino. Some people gave away some sensational wigs. It was just everybody did something different. Everybody gave away a different wig. But whoever won on that particular person's Instagram page got that wig. And I gave away Valentino. Yeah. Ashley says it's a great start for new wig line. You can start cap wigs. Yeah, I'm going to probably sell them once I get better at putting them together. I want to get comfortable enough that I can just whip them out. Once I try something new, I have to do it a few times to see how fast I can get it done. But yeah, I'm going to be doing cap wigs. I'm going to be doing scarf wigs. I'm going to be doing a bunch of stuff that I'm going to be selling on, I don't know if it's going to be eBay or Etsy. Elizabeth says some companies ship different quality to YT influencers or do not show the actual wig on the site. Yeah, that's true. That's sad, but it's true. But like I told you guys last week, if you want a good human hair wig and you don't want to pay a whole lot of money for it, you need to be watching when those influencers have wig sales. Because like I told you, Dominique A had a wig sale last Sunday at 8 o'clock. I think it was 8 o'clock. It was like right after my live. And she sold out all those wigs in 6 minutes. She had about 30 wigs up there, I think. All human hair wigs. Long, curly, straight. You name it. Colored, not colored. Because she gets a ton of wigs. She's got like 400,000 subscribers. She gets tons of wigs and she gets good quality wigs. And so she sold all of those wigs that she had on her website in 6 minutes. And all of them were under $250, I think. I'm pretty sure most of them were like $180 or $135. She was selling them inexpensively for what they would have cost. Granted, they were free for her, but for you to have purchased one of those wigs, it would have cost you a lot more. So I would follow those influencers whenever they have wig sales, because if you want to get a wig the same quality as what they get, buy theirs. That's what I say, buy theirs. Yeah, I'm thinking I might do eBay or Etsy. I don't know if I'll do both, Ashley. I'm thinking about that. But like I said, I got to get my rhythm first. I have to decide what I'm going to make, whether I'm going to make both the hats and the scarves, and if I want to make anything else and put that up there. But yeah, I'm probably going to do that probably in the fall. I should be ready by the fall to launch it. Like I was telling you guys about my site. My new YouTube channel that I'm going to start. I think I'm going to start. Let me preface that by saying I think I'm going to start it. The one that I'm going to do about, helping people out. Hey, Weezy. Thanks for coming. You're listening at your break. Yep, thanks for coming. Yeah, we're talking about, we're talking about what you and I talked about last week. My wig venture. My wig hat venture. My wig hat / wig scarf venture. Yeah. Weezy's going to be my guinea pig. I'm going to make some stuff and send it to Weezy and see what she thinks. I value her opinion. So we'll see what my Weezy thinks about the stuff that I'm making. And then we'll see if it's worthy. We'll see if it's worthy of being sold out there. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be fun. Yeah, it's going to be fun trying. Because like I said, I've been sewing forever. And oh, Weezy, I made some more. I made some more masks. Weezy, look, this one has the Eiffel Tower on it. See, it's got the Eiffel Tower on it, and it's got the little space in here for the what you call it, the filter. It has a place inside to put the filter in, Weezy. So I made some new ones, just so you know. And I made some more for my husband. Yes, you are going to be cute. You're going to be cute because I'm going to send you a couple things after I make them so you can see whether they, because Weezy will tell me the truth. Weezy will tell me. Weezy will say, ooh, girlfriend, this is awful. Don't do it. So I know I can trust Weezy to tell me whether it's right or not. So after I put them together, I'm going to send them to Weezy. And Weezy, she'll give me the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Or she'll say, go back to the drawing board. She'll say, go back to the drawing board and start over. Oh, fancy. I can do a cute eye look for that. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what's up. That's what's going to happen. So I'm real excited about it. I was showing everybody, Weezy. I was showing everybody my little cap that I showed you, the one that doesn't have enough hair on it. I'm going to put more hair on this one. I'm going to put more hair on the next. Oh, look at it, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to put more hair on this one. And then the braided ones with the scarf. I showed them the braided ones with the scarf. And I'm going to do, I'm going to come up with a different type of scarf, not just because a lot of people don't like these paisley scarves. But I got them in different colors. And I also got some that are solid so that they don't have the paisley design. I got some that are solid scarves that are cotton like this. But you know what, Weezy? Somebody was saying that the cotton scarves aren't good for your hair. But I mean, if you're just wearing this like to run outside or something, I don't know if that makes a difference. Elizabeth says, you sell masks somewhere very soon. Good that you are crafty and real. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. I appreciate you. So yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking of some different things to things that I think women would need or want to that I can make and put on some sites. Cotton causes friction on natural hair. Okay. Well, if that's the case, like I said, if you just throw it on your head just to go to the store, I mean, I'm kind of making them for, not so much COVID, but I'm kind of making them for like a quick run. I'm kind of making them for a quick run, but I guess if you put a nylon cap on your head first, that's what I did. When I tested out this one, I put a nylon cap on my head and then tied it on. Cotton can rub and break edges off with extended wear. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, but I mean, we're not going to extendedly wear these, are we? I don't know. I'm trying to find some other scarves, but the silk scarves, Weezy, you told me the silk scarves are real slippery. Like that one that you reviewed, that nylon one you reviewed. I'm wondering if I should try a silk scarf instead of a nylon scarf, because that one that you reviewed was nylon, wasn't it? A wig grip is your friend. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, if you put the wig grip on, that's right, Weezy. If you put the wig grip on, then you can still put this scarf on and tie it up. But again, I don't expect you to wear this to work. I'm kind of making these for like taking your kids to baseball practice or going to the grocery store, or somebody comes to the door that you don't expect and your hair is looking whack. So I'm kind of thinking that these are going to be like your go-to hats and scarf wigs to just kind of wear when you are desperate, not necessarily something that you would wear out. I don't know, but we'll think about it. Again, I'm going to be making some stuff, and Weezy's going to be my test kitchen. Her kitchen is going to be my test kitchen. Oh yeah. So anyway, I'm real excited about it because I'm doing different color scarves. I'm doing different color scarves. I'm doing different color hats. I'm doing different color hair. I'm doing all kinds of colored hair too. It's not going to just be ones, 1Bs, and 2s. I'm doing 30s and 27s. I might even do a 613 or 2 in a scarf or a hat, depending on how it works out. Wheezy, I would prefer silk over nylon, but other would work. Do both and give options. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably do both. Yeah, but I'm excited. I think it's gonna be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, Ashley. Of course, you guys know. You will be the first to know because I'm gonna tell you on here before I tell everybody else. So that's why I love it when you guys come to my lives because you get to find out things first before everybody else does. And I will definitely bring them here first. And I'll do a review on them later, but I'll probably review them for you guys first and get your opinion before I actually do a real review on my YouTube channel for everybody else. That way you guys can tell me what you think. And if I need to make any tweaks or anything before I do a review, you guys can help me with that. But again, what I'm trying to do is to get some companies to give me some products that I can give away to you guys. So I'm working on that. And number two, like I told you guys, if you have anything that you want to try, but you didn't want to buy, let me know and I will get it. And we will test it on here like we've been doing with the glue and stuff. If there's anything else you want to test out, like I think somebody mentioned magnetic lashes. I think it was you, Elizabeth. I'll get some magnetic lashes and we'll try those. That's going to be crazy because I see people try to put on magnetic lashes and they be looking funny. So I might have to try it out a couple times before I show you guys how to do it so that I don't mess it up because I'll be like all up in my eye and stuff, messing it up. I'm sure I will be. But anyway, ladies, it is 7 o'clock here and I have got to go. My husband is out there wondering what I'm doing. Well, he knows what I'm doing, but you know, at a certain time of the day, I at least try to give him a couple of hours of my time. I'm working on that. But anyway, thanks so much. And congratulations again, Ashley, for winning the Juvia's palette. And again, don't forget to give me your information so that I can send it to you. Yeah, right. Those throw and goes. Exactly. Yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for coming. And we will see you guys next week. I have a video dropping tomorrow, so don't miss it. I have a video dropping tomorrow. So I will see you guys later, okay? Bye.